Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hollywood Actors Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry. This is your host, Jennifer Lynn Warren. Hey everybody! Let's talk about the camera. You guys, you need to like the camera. Whether it's your self-tape camera or it's the camera that you're working with on set, it captures the electrical impulses behind the eyes. And if you're scared and you're worried and you hate the camera and you hate getting your headshots done and you're intimidated by it, then it's going to actually show in your shot, and it's going to show in your headshots and in your performance. So you just gotta learn to fall in love with it. A couple ways of doing this is, one, you want to be present and you want to get connected and you want to get out of your head. What matters most is how you feel. Like you really want to tune into your heart and you want to become present in your body and in the moment and connect deeply with the camera operator or the camera or the director or the other actor in your scene, or however it's being presented to you. But you get out of your head and stop worrying about it. The camera is not going to hurt you. Breathe. That's the second thing you can do. Sometimes when we're nervous, we hold our breath. And one of the fastest ways of relaxing and to getting comfortable in front of the camera is just breathing. And you want to move your body. Now, yeah, a lot of times you're in shots and things like that, but sometimes between takes, I am known to just like crack out a couple jumping jacks just to get the nervousness out of my body if I feel something penting up. Props can actually be helpful if, sometimes the camera can almost look like the eye of a dragon on a set, right? And just to distract yourself, sometimes it's good to focus on something else if you're by yourself to get a prop. And of course, always, always, always focus on your scene partner. Now, if you're doing headshots, of course, that's a little different, but you can have a scene partner. Sometimes I do monologues, as I've said, in my headshots. And you guys want to think about something. You know that in your acting, you need to have like a running subtext. And if you are suddenly finding yourself intimidated by the camera or nervous by the camera, then a lot of times it's because you've stopped doing your acting work. You're not doing the acting thing anymore. You're not thinking the character's thoughts anymore. You're thinking your thoughts. Another way to do it, especially if it's a photo shoot and you're not on set, is to just bring a friend. Or if you can't bring a friend, I know it's COVID, imagine somebody there. If you have to look directly into the lens and it's an intimate scene or it's your headshots, imagine someone that you love very much. It doesn't even have to be someone that you know in real life. It could be a celebrity crush if you like. But if you imagine somebody there instead of that scary dragon eye, it'll go so much better. And best of all, most of all, guys, have fun. We forget this acting thing is supposed to be fun. So learn to like the camera. Learn when you see a camera and you look them up online and they're like, oh, that's an Alexa Mini, or oh, that's a Blackmagic, or it's a Red if that's your thing. Sometimes it's nice to know what they are. Sometimes I can actually help you connect with the camera for some of us if you're a bit nerdy. But learn to like it. Let it capture those electrical impulses behind your eye, because that camera is getting very intimate with you. So you might as well get along with it. My friends, memorization is not the reason your scene will go well. In fact, memorization is the last thing you should do when you're working on a scene. And if you've worked on your scene properly, you usually don't even have to do any memorization. I was working with this actor today. He was doing great. He was right for the role, but I could tell that he was trying. He would stop and he'd be like, "Oh, we got to start again," because he was trying to remember the lines, and he tripped himself up. So I stopped him. I'm like, "All right, let's do it like this. Let's not care if you forget the line. Let's be a real human person who doesn't even know what they're going to say next. And if you need to stop and be in the moment, to think of, to let your mind catch up with all of the actions and emotions that you're feeling, you're going to remember everything. And sure enough, as soon as we did that, we got right through the scene. He remembered everything verbatim. And he was like, oh my God, I can't believe how easy that was, because he let go of the line memorization and got back to the intention of his character. And if you can know and feel why your character is in the position they are and why they're reacting the way they are, there's no need to memorize. It's just going to pop in. I know actors that actually spend more time on the other characters' lines than they do on their own lines, which I think is interesting, and I'm excited to try that out next time I have an audition. So just remember, memorization's not the reason your scene's going to go well, and it's not the reason you're going to book the job. So work on everything else. We talk a lot about agents, but we don't often talk about managers. Now, I have mixed feelings about managers. I recently fired my manager, so I'm flying without one happily right now. But if you're getting started out in the business and you don't have agent connections and you're having trouble getting representation, sometimes a manager is a great way to go. And so I wanted to give you a list of questions to ask a manager, because they're going to be slightly different, not completely, but slightly different than the questions that you're going to ask an agent. So when you sit down with a manager, one of the questions you want to ask is, do you have any connections to A-list agents or strong mid-level agencies? Now, this doesn't mean that you are ready for A-list agents or that you are even ready for strong mid-level agencies. But you want to know what kind of agency connections that your manager has. And you can discuss, what their relationships are like with agents, how they work with agents, and what they look for in an agent to make sure that you're getting signed with somebody great, because one of the responsibilities of a manager is to help get you an agent. Another question to ask them is, do you get feedback for your clients? It's a little trickier for your agent to get feedback than your manager. Your manager should be dealing with less clients. They should have more intimate relationships, and you should be going to your manager and not necessarily your agent for feedback. Next question, do you package your clients? This is also a question for your agents. Now, I think packaging, just like the Writers Guild believes, I think packaging should not be allowed, but it is still a reality for actors right now. So if you do sign with a manager that has higher level talent, for instance, I'm involved in casting a film right now, and we go out to bigger name actors, and very often when we're like, hey, we're interested in this person, they will say, well, we'd like you to consider this person and this person for other roles in your script as well. And then they're going to be more likely to try to push their client into the role, because unfortunately, it's not all about what the actor wants for their career. And another thing is if you are an actor with bigger credits, asking, do you package your clients is also an important question, because you don't want your manager keeping an offer from you because they're trying to push some of their other clients, because I have found out recently that also happens. Ask them also, do you have a plan? Like, how do you brand your clients? How do you get to know them? And how do you help them plan out their career? These are very important questions, because your main job of your manager, and the really great managers are going to sit down with you. They're going to be more handheldy than an agent is. They're the ones that are going to help you pick out a headshot photographer and the right wardrobe for you. Not for every single audition, but maybe you need help with like a baseline wardrobe thing. And you need help looking for an agent or developing your own material. These are the types of things a manager should do. If a manager seems to be acting like an agent, where they're like, look at all these things that we're submitting you on, then I think that you're not with a manager, you're with a wannabe agent, and that you would be better served just getting an agent. It seems like it would be great to have two people submitting you, but you should have a manager working with an agent on developing your career and not just flinging spaghetti at the wall and such. I also don't think managers should get more than 10%. And if they ask for more than 10%, ask them right straight out, why do you think you deserve more than 10%? And if they give you a great reason and you agree with it, you can sign whatever you want and agree to whatever you'd like. But you also have the right to put your foot down and say, listen, I understand, but I am not willing to pay more than 10%. So if you want to work with me, them's the deals, them's the terms, and them's are the terms with me. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys this week. No, it's not. This episode is brought to you by We Audition. WeAudition.com. Promo code HAG25. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot. I just got off of a We Audition call with 2 actors today that I coached for 2 different auditions. By the way, guys, everything is opening up like crazy. I'm on a film right now and we're having a hard time keeping locations and crew because so much is shooting in Los Angeles. So yay, everything is opening back up. So hallelujah. Oh, thank goodness. So I'll see you guys on set. Break a leg out there, and remember, you are not alone.